commercial breaks, I'm going to speed up talking and I'm going to apologize
It's all
because
good.
to me, this is an important, I'm
We
really
can take a break
excited
now.
to
You want
share
to take a break
this.
now?
No.
Let's
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying
let's.
I'm about to talk for a lot about my number 5, and then
Okay.
I'll make up for it by not talking much about 4 through 1.
Oh, then okay. Go ahead. Go
Go
ahead. Do your
now?
5. Yeah,
Okay.
let's hear it.
And then maybe we should break.
Yeah.
So this show tries to talk about games as art, and I think one of the most important things about art is that they actually can shape our lives. And so I want to bring up, and I had to mention a game that has impacted my life this year in a real way that I think
Mm.
is fundamental and compelling to me as an artist in my own work.
Okay. Wow.
And this is something that real hardcore Beans, Small Beans fans will have heard me referencing. I know Adam's probably heard me reference. Abe is like, basically, man, I don't know. This is what I'm interested in, is the stigma that we place around the. Anyway, so I've been playing a lot of porn games,
Okay.
like a lot. And it started as I write a comedy column about cursed media for a site called 1-900-HOT-DOG. You can check it out. Great site. And I was covering a porn game because, as you might imagine, it's a hotbed of things that are so shoddily made that it's amusing. And I found a couple of those. But I also have, so yeah, I'm like, this is more appropriate on a show like Tales from the Pit, but I'm going to spill because I think that's cool that gaming can be this real.
Okay.
I have a complex relationship with drawn and animated pornography because I grew up in a household where my father was gay and his primary kink is drawn and animated pornography.
Mm-hmm.
And as you might expect, that makes me find it largely weird and like I've avoided it.
You have a judgment for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're working on a movie that gets into the nuances of that.
Yeah.
Very excited that he embraced his gayness and seemed much happier after that. But it's harder for me. I'm like, have always been historically. I don't know what's hot about like a cartoon though. So in playing all these porn games, I stumbled upon a good one. Meaning people who tried hard and the art is incredible and it's fully voiced by talented voice actors and the story's good and it has interesting mechanics and blah, blah, blah. And I was blown away and it affected me in a way that I did not anticipate because I've devoted my life to comedy for, X number of years. And one of the reasons it's endlessly compelling to me is that I love that language is like a program. And you can program a sequence of impulses that will force someone to do an involuntary physical reaction, which is laugh. It's like scoring a point in a video game. And, when stand-ups, like, right, you want to get a laugh. That's what you're addicted to. Comedy's fun because you can count how many times you made the audience laugh or whatever. Or yourself even, right? It's fun to delight yourself. I realized and was able to step out of my judgment enough to be like, oh, being horny is also an interesting, to me, sociological thing that is fundamentally human. Having sex is so core to humanity. And it's fascinating to me that I, even as I say this, am uncomfortable talking about it. Because the game I'm talking about is hardcore pornography. Like there's nothing. But there's this game called Love Sucks Night 2. I hope the team behind it hear this because I bet they don't get enough appreciation. That fucking makes me so horny and is so well made.
Really?
And I bring this up not to make people uncomfortable, but because it's made me truly like a scholar now. I'm very interested in sexuality, my own sexuality, what makes me horny and doesn't, because this is way TMI. Skip ahead 30 seconds if you want, but I take a mood medication that largely doesn't allow me to orgasm. So I rarely masturbate or have sex with my partner. And I didn't while playing these games, which I hope makes the mental image less difficult for the listener.
Yeah.
I just played them and crushed on the characters and thought, this is very sexy. I feel really like turned on. This is pleasant because alone in my room without the judgment, I like this. And it made me realize, this is what middle-aged housewives feel when they're reading romance novels. Like I finally understood that
sense.
it's hot to me that and I understood story porn. I was like, oh, it's actually hot that I find this character cute and am invested in their story, and they have a nuanced take on blah, blah, blah. So I became fascinated by, also because porn games are a hotbed of misogyny, rape fantasy,
right,
because if it's a cartoon, you can do anything. So I became interested in the philosophy of what is an ethical sexual message. What do I think about it? Anyway, so my point is, I have all these things I aim to do in life, like make a comic book, make a rap album, make a novel, and I do them. My next one is I want to make one of these porn games.
Really?
Yes.
You want to make a porn game?
So I want to source artists, and like I want to make one of these
and really
porn
go
games
for it.
that I find really stellar, and the story is actually like movie quality, like a movie that I would want to release and stand behind. And then it also is really like horny and kinky, and because I'm also interested in art where the process itself will grow me. And I think having to have uncomfortable conversations with a team about, does this make you horny? Is this kink exploitative? Is it morally okay for people to do this if they both consent or represent this or that? I'm interested in having those conversations at length.
I kind of wonder if they do. I kind of wonder if people do have those conversations when they make
No. They just go for it, dude. Also, create like 80% of the porn games available on Steam. I swear to God, the final boss is you have sex with your mom, you win. Like Freud was not wrong about that. That is an obsession for people.
That's crazy.
Okay, so I'm done. It's called Love Sucks Night 2 if you actually are interested in board games.
I learned many things.
It's about a vampire and a succubus who are sexing the life out of you. And when you die, you can go back in time and reset and try to figure out how to not get fucked.
I did hear about this game.
You heard about this game?
Yeah. Now I'm like, oh yeah, I did hear